several months. So I think I'll let Maharaj sort of start with his.
Okay. So, as Mr. Praveer told, we sing this Arati song, evening Arati song, Khandana Bhava Bandhana. It was written by Swamiji, though it is in Bengali, but we have centers everywhere. People seems to understand it because it is so Sanskritized that it is practically understandable. But we all perceive, we all understand Swamiji's writing a hymn on Sri Ramakrishna. That's why the Khandana Bhavabandhana Arati is called Sri Ramakrishna Stotra or Sri Ramakrishna Gita. It is a song on Sri Ramakrishna or a hymn on Sri Ramakrishna. When a person tells the reminiscences, is one kind of remembrance of the person about whom he or she wants to talk. But when they write with full emotion and devotion and in a disciplined meter, chanda, so it is his emotion and devotion, it is his imagination, and it is his realization. Those gets reflected in his creations of poetry. Swamiji has written many poetries, mainly in Sanskrit, English, Bengali, and though very few, but in Hindi. So this is one of his song written in Bengali, which eventually became the everyday Arati Stotra, everyday first Arati. Second Arati is Om Rim Ritam Stotra, also is written by Swami Vivekananda. The third, which we sing, Sarvamangala Mangalya, is a part of Durga Saptashati. And in some places, the fourth one, Prakritim Paramam, also is sung. That is a stotra on Holy Mother, written by Swami Abhedananda. So, we will discuss more about this first stotra of Swamiji on Sri Ramakrishna. Before it became an Arati song, Swamiji seems to have written this. I have not read anywhere. I will find out if there is any research done about the exact date of writing this. I don't know. Till now, I don't know. Maybe if I come to know, I will let you know. But when Swamiji was in Baranagar, before going to America, or maybe after coming back, because in Baranagar, Mutt when started, after passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, there was other song of Shiva, Jaya Shiva Omkara, Hara Shiva Omkara, Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva, Hara 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 Mahadeva. This was Namavali, which was sung as a Arati song in Varanagar Mutt. Then, of course, Swamiji wrote this one and it became a Arati song. And at that time, very few centers used to be there. But later on, it became a practice of having Sandhya Arati every day. And it became a tradition of singing Khandana Bhavabandhana. There are some centers where Prakritim Paramam is not being sung. some centers I even see that they sing only 2 songs. But in general, 3 songs. Khandana, Bhava, Vandana, Omri Mritam, and Sarvamangal Mangala. These 3 are sung. So, we are not exactly sure about when Swamiji has written this. Date we do not know. But the way he has written, there are so many specialities of this stotra. First and foremost, this is speciality of Swamiji, this is speciality of Ramakrishna Order. A song written by your Ishta Devata, a song written on our Ishta Devata, a song written by his chief disciple. In the whole stotra, there is no name Ramakrishna comes. There is no name Ramakrishna comes in the whole Khandana Vandana Arati. This is very special. I understand in my way one technical example and one simple example which all of us understand. You know, when we worship in our temple, the worship is done on Shivalinga. It is that Shivalinga is called Baneshwara Shiva. And that Shivalinga, you can worship any gods or any goddess. Though it is Shivalinga, but we worship Sri Ramakrishna on this Shivalinga. If you want to worship Mother Kali also on the same Shivalinga. So the Shivalinga has a form, symbol, but you can identify with any gods and goddesses and you can worship in that. Another example which I can give is a very gross example, don't mistake me. You know, we take medicine, there are tablets, and then there are capsules. Capsules always are made of 2 parts. You can open it up and empty the capsule, put whatever you want to put and you can take. Once I thought, because I can't take bitter things, so I purchased a bigger size of empty capsules and put fenugreek powder or fenugreek seeds just to swallow. Just an example. So this Khandana Bhava Vandana Arati song, you can sing for any god you like, any form of god you like. Why? Because there is no name Ramakrishna comes there. Okay. Then in the whole song, very poetically, very philosophically, and very artistically, Swamiji has combined qualities of formless God and God with form, God without qualities and God with qualities. Saguna, Nirguna, Sakara and Nirakara. All Swamiji has mixed in this Khandana Bhava Vandana Stotra. So its utility becomes very large. Think once you recite this Khandana Bhava Vandana like a poetry, thinking Krishna in your mind. You won't have any issue. You think goddess in your mind, you won't have any issue. So, it's a very largely appealing stotra that Swamiji has written. When Swamiji went to America, for most of the time in the beginning, he hardly gave any reference about Sri Ramakrishna. And he definitely did not deliver a lecture on the subject of Sri Ramakrishna. Though he taught the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna in many ways, but he did not speak on Sri Ramakrishna. It is not because he was less devoted, definitely not. There is a practical reason which he himself says that if I start speaking about a person, they may shut down and say, we have our Jesus Christ, we don't need one more prophet. So Swamiji says he wanted to say the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, what Sri Ramakrishna came for, and what is his contribution in the regeneration of humankind from universal religion to renunciation, from devotion to your ideal to living a pure life. He mentions all these things in his lecture about Sri Ramakrishna without taking the name of Sri Ramakrishna. It was in England that he was forced. Why don't you speak on your Guru? Then he gave 2 lectures, which is published as My Master, as an English book. In Ramakrishna Order, the monks and the devotees, we consider Sri Ramakrishna as incarnation of God. Though, how many I do not know, but very few people can understand the significance of an incarnation. But a general concept of incarnation, so we also speak about incarnation. But Swamiji was very clear. Swamiji says in one of his letters, I think, that let people accept Sri Ramakrishna as they like. If they consider Sri Ramakrishna incarnation, okay. If they think, oh, he was a prophet, okay. No, he was a great saint, okay. No, he was a very good sadhaka, okay. Whichever way people want to take Sri Ramakrishna, let them take. You do not force them that you must accept Sri Ramakrishna as an incarnation of God. That's why in the Arati song also, just like his lectures, he doesn't speak about Sri Ramakrishna. But any form of God, the reality, the God in which form he is within us, which is formless. As I told, he does very good combination and mixture of the qualities of Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman, and also an incarnation, but not as a person. He doesn't consider Sri Ramakrishna here as a person Sri Ramakrishna. That person, you can think about him as an incarnation or whatever, but the very human form itself he is not accepting. There is not a single expression in the whole the stotra where he gives a physical attribute of Sri Ramakrishna, about his physical form, how he is, or any incident of his life, or any sort of thing. person Sri Ramakrishna is not expressed practically. We will take line by line and also word by word if whenever necessary. This is a very good reflection for me also. I have spoken about this subject, but in a generic way. But as many days we can discuss about this, I will see that we try to understand as deeply as possible. So, Khandana, Bhavabandhana, Jagavandana, Vanditamai. First and foremost, I bow down to you. But who are you? Whom even the whole world wants to pay respects. And the quality of incarnation which Swamiji mentions elsewhere also. Who is an incarnation? He uses a Bengali word called Kapala Mochan. One who can write your fate with one hand. If he wants, he can erase also by other hand, he says. So the purpose of incarnation is those who cling to him, those who are devoted to him, understanding the philosophy, understanding the spirituality, his devotees are asking him, praying him to make us free from this cycle of birth and death. The meaning of that, you must go back to Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It is not easy. Oh God, oh Thakur, make me free from this life and death. There is a nice incident in the life of Holy Mother. A devotee comes and says to Mother, Mother, please bless me that I do not need to come back to this world. Holy Mother smiled and told, because of your own desire, you came so many times. For my wish, you will not come. Here is the idea that if you want freedom from the cycle of birth and death, you have to work for it. And then God will bless you. That's fine. But you have to work on that. What is to be work on that? First and foremost, to understand what is this cycle of birth and death. Today, one devotee had come from Calcutta. 3 of them came. A very interesting topic started because she told that my brother passed away, 71 years old. So I thought in my mind that normal consolation is the same thing which everybody says. No, we pray to God, and may the soul rest in peace. This has become mechanical words for us. So I thought that let me speak something different to them. You know one thing? Whatever human being you see around you or in this world are only a minute portion of the living beings which exist. And not 10, 15, 20 times. So now we are 8 billion. We are 8 billion who are manifested as human beings. There are many who have not been manifested as a human being. They are all human beings, ready to be manifested. But not everybody gets chance. And that how many times? I don't know, any calculator can work on this. 8 billion of us are there. multiply it by 1,000,000 or 2, or maybe even trillion. So 8 billion times few billions. That many people, innumerable. Only manifested people you see, that he born and he died. She born and she died. What about the unmanifested? To keep up the modesty and standard of our language which we use, I will give other example. You understand from a human point of view. For example, you have a guava tree and you got one fruit, but there are hundreds of fruits, and that also every year hundreds of fruits come. Out of this, say, think one guava tree can remain for, say, 20 years. I don't know, I'm just telling. So 20 years, this tree gives fruits. Every time hundreds of fruits, and we are talking about one tree. And that one tree has come into existence with the help of one seed. From that one seed, a tree became. That tree gives hundreds of fruits every year, and every fruit has hundreds of seeds. From one seed, the tree for next 20 years works in multiplying in thousands. That one seed you sow in the soil, nurture it, that became plant. The remaining goes where? Are wasted. Wasted is from utility point of view. There is no wastage. Wastage is a human being's selfish concept. The nature doesn't believe in conservation. Nature believes in wastage. Look at the sun rays. You and me will pull a small solar panel, and that much sun rays we collect, and we think, oh, we did a great job. Millions and millions times bigger surface is wasted. One glass of one bottle you buy, and if I drink little and then throw away the rest of the water, because I am a monk, you may not say anything, but in the heart of heart, you will say, we don't need to waste this water. At least we can give to the plant. Because this is our selfish motive, because we bottled it and we purified it and we put a price on it. When it rains, millions and million times more quantity of water. It goes on the earth, becomes dirty, goes to the ocean bed, then again evaporates, and the cycle continues. It looks like wastage is the plan of nature. Okay. Out of thousands of seeds, only one seed got manifested. Like that, out of millions and billions of beings, one being gets manifested. That manifestation, we saw it become 8 billion. The world is infinite. The possibility is infinite. That's what I was telling to this lady who came and told me that his brother passed away. I say, your brother was in a manifested form, now he is in unmanifested form. Law of energy says the energy can never be destroyed. Only you can convert from one form to another form. If you exist, you cannot be non-existent at all. In one form or other, you are going to exist. That is science says. What is human being? We are nothing but energy. So that energy becomes in one form or other. Your body is made of some Panchamahabhutas and other energies. And also your consciousness, you are directly connected with the nature in form of breathing, this and that. So death is nothing but going to be unmanifested. Once you die, you may get manifested once more somewhere. So the prayer of the devotee says, I bow down to you whom the whole world bow down. Whole world pays respect to you and bows down to you. This is a great bondage of birth and death. Khandana, please break it. Please break this bondage, and that will be broken when you will come to know that no, I don't get born, I am consciousness. If the divinity portion which has no form, no birth, no death, it is the individuality, is not physical individuality we are talking about. The individuality, which is an ego, which you say I, which makes you separate than others. That individuality goes away. Swami Vivekananda says, millions and millions of raindrops, when it rains, how many drops are there? Uncountable, infinite practically. Every infinite drop, every drop is an individual. But when those drops fall in the ocean, they become one with the ocean. They lose their individuality, but they get their real identity. Ocean is the one biggest mass of water. Water means ocean. That is your real identity. Your individuality will go. So we are like raindrops. We are separated from our identity, which is God. All the water is evaporated from ocean only, majority. So that individuality, that feeling of individuality is a bondage. So the prayer is, oh Lord, break my bondage of life and death. I bow down to you. So with that humility, the prayer starts. So Swamiji starts in this way. Niranjana Nararupadhara Nirguna Gunamaya. You are Niranjana. You are devoid of any blemish. You are devoid of even the rajas. Forget about tamas. Tamas is not there at all. But you are even free from rajas. Shuddha Sattvika body, Shuddha Sattvika mind. Anjana. Anjana is what you put Anjana here in the eyes. And then that black spot also children's face you put. That is Anjana, Kajal. Niranjana. Without any blemish, without any spot, spotless, stainless. Nararupadhara. But you have taken the human form. We also have taken human form. Whether we have taken human form or we are given human form, we don't know. But we have a human form, just like Sri Ramakrishna. But he has taken this human form. Shankaracharya beautifully puts in his introduction to his commentary on Bhagavad Gita. That introduction is beautiful. I had told long before. When the time will come, we shall read. That it is called Sambandha Bhashya. The introduction to Bhagavad Gita is called Sambandha Bhashya. In that, Shankaracharya writes, who is this incarnation who takes the body, takes the form? Very beautiful statement is there. Sacha Bhagavan Jnana Aishwarya Shakti Bala Virya Tejobhihi Sada Sampanna. Always endowed with these 6 types of divine qualities. To out of pity to those who are seekers of liberation, you as if take this form, as if. He controls his own Maya Swam Vaishnavim Mayam Vashikritya. After controlling his own Maya, he took this form. But again, you are the same Nirguna Brahman. You are the same true reality, which doesn't have any quality, which doesn't have any form. The isness, that which exists, and that only exists, is called Brahman. Is called God, which is Nirguna Brahman. Gunamaya. Again, when you come as the human being, you are endowed with so many divine qualities. That qualities inspire us. That qualities are a hope for us. That we also will do like this. Sri Ramakrishna led a pure life. That is our ideal. We also want to lead a pure life. We fall. We stumble. But that ideal we should not reduce. The ideal we should not bring it down. We cannot bring down the ideal. So he takes the form out of pity on the human being so that we can proceed, we can go forward, we can reach where he wants us to reach. And when incarnation comes, what he does, he rectifies ourselves. He cleanses our slate of our mind. Otherwise, people like you and me, we are not that highly spiritual people, but still we sit down and try to meditate. We try to take his name. It's not easy. Sri Ramakrishna is going in Calcutta in a horse carriage. Master Mahashaya is also traveling with him. On the roadside, he found 2-3 elderly men were playing the cards. Sri Ramakrishna saw that and says to Master Mahashaya, aha, the time has not come for them to remember God. So maybe sometimes when he will see us also, will say, these fellows are devotees, are monks, but they also miss. Maybe time has not come to completely dedicate their mind to God. So this is the PT. Why PT word I'm using? Holy Mother says, she says, once I came out of my body and I didn't want to enter back in the body. It was so disgusting. Then I remembered you all, and out of pity, I again entered the body so that some more people can be benefited by my life. So, a existence devoid of any so-called qualities, but still taking human form and endowed with so many sattvika and divine qualities. The incarnation lives in this world for a few years, so that while he is in the body and after he is leaving, according to his bhava, according to people's bhava, people will take his teachings and lead a spiritual life. Some people will lead spiritual life intensely. Some people will be serious, but because of other interest in life, may not be able to give 100% for the spiritual life. But people do take this idea. Whenever we feel, oh, this devotee is like this, that devotee is like this, or this Swamiji like this, or if I feel, or some brothers are like this, no. It is his blessings that we are all together. Again, because of our samskaras are different, same grace, Guru's grace, same Guru's grace, same Ishtadevata's grace, we don't receive equally because of our difference in our samskaras, difference in our aptitude, difference in our hunger for spirituality. So, incarnation gives a push. This word is used by Swamiji. The incarnation comes and creates a wave. And when that big wave will come, many people will be carried away, positive sense, in this big wave and will be rescued or at least go forward in their spiritual life. We do not know whether we will have knowledge or devotion enough in this life. But at least we are going forward by taking his name, doing his work. Why I am telling this? Somebody asked Swamiji, you have started this order for boys to join and become monks. Do you think all of them will be liberated? Swamiji says, at least they will have a net practice of renouncing their hearth and home. At least one step they went forward, keeping everything. Ability is there. Most of the Swamis, I will tell, very intelligent, able people, definitely can survive in the world in a quite good way. But no, not that there was any disease that, oh, I'm unable to live this life, so let me become a monk. No. Sri Ramakrishna says, everything is there. Loving parents, loving siblings. Maybe, but there was not that dearth of resources, that utter poverty, what to do, let me become a monk. No, nobody does that. Nobody does that. From whichever background people have come, but all of us All of us have done some punya karma in our previous life. All of us have done some, received the grace of God, that we have decided to lead a relatively spiritual life. I don't want to give too much marks to all of us, but at least we try to live. We try to live. And that sincerity will pay off. According to your capacity, you are doing japa and meditation. According to your capacity, you will do the work of the center or eventually serve the cause of Sri Ramakrishna. According to your capacity, you cannot come out of yourself and do more than what's your capacity. But when you receive the grace, your capacity to do tapasya and your capacity to serve and lead the life according to the ideal given by him, that increases. So ours is to do more and more. Ours is to do more and more such practices, spiritual practices in the name of japa, in the name of meditation, in the name of service, in the name of anything which you feel it is the service to Sri Ramakrishna, it is service to God. And that makes our life better. So today I think we keep up to here, but we have some time. So Mr.